Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the Failure of Launch colony here in Oxygen Not Included. This is, of course, the launch upgrade, so Failure to Launch seemed like a really good name when someone shouted it out in the chat. So this is the colony we've been working on so far. Oxygen has been a bit of a challenge in here. This new update with some of the new asteroids and stuff definitely makes the early part of the game really different, and we're kind of still trying to adapt to that. But I did a little experimenting off-stream. I've kind of figured out how I want to handle my oxygen setup. So hopefully we'll get everything sort of back and swinging that way. Welcome everyone who's here in the chat so far. And if you are in the United States, happy July 4th. Happy Independence Day. Hope you guys are all enjoying, well, the day and fireworks and stuff. I assume you all have the day off. We were playing around with the rust deoxidizer last time. And we had this setup down here that I was trying to build. But I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working quite the way that I thought that it should when we first started setting it up. And so in the course of experimenting off of stream, what I found out was that the Dacia salt vine, even though it doesn't say it here in the description for this particular plant, it actually consumes chlorine. It says it needs to be the atmosphere of chlorine, but usually if it just says that and it doesn't actually have a tooltip that says something to the effect of what it's consuming, then it doesn't actually consume that gas. It just needs it as a growth medium to be in that environment. Sort of like the mushrooms in CO2. They just need to be in CO2, but they don't actually consume it. Well, it turns out the Dacia salt vine actually does consume chlorine. If you click on one in the wild, you can see normally on the tooltip here that it's actually consuming. Oh, this one's growth is halted. We need to find one that's actually in chlorine, and it will show you that it's actually consuming something like 16.7 grams per second while it's growing in the wild. So consequently, the chlorine that I thought I would be building up down here for it to grow in isn't actually working. So this whole setup really isn't really what I want to do. So we're going to go change things around a little bit. I'm going to work on something that's a little bit simpler and try and make a setup that we can work with that's going to produce a stable amount of oxygen for our colony and not worry so much about growing the salt vines right now, because it actually takes a crazy amount of chlorine to grow those things, and we're probably going to need a chlorine geyser in order to accomplish it. At least the way it is right now. They may end up retooling it because it is still in beta, and as they see the balance and how everything's playing out for people, they make a lot of adjustments, but we'll see how all that works. We also have some stress rising here for poor Snark Diva. And I'm starting to feel like maybe we should give Snark Diva some sort of a massage table or something. So maybe we'll tackle that first. Give them something to relax on. Massage table. We don't have a full massage room going, but this will have to do for now. At least it'll give them some place to unwind when their stress gets really high. It's really only the one duplicant, I think, that's got that really high stress that's happening. Everybody else is at a 0. So I think it was that somebody who took a job that was dramatically outside of their morale performance, and we're going to need to make some adjustments. You can just use the plants as a chlorine sink. Yeah, that's the intention. So rather than trying to actually grow them, I'm just going to use it as to your point, as a sink. So I'd kind of like to build the oxygen up a little bit higher in the colony so that we're pressurizing the top of things and then letting it press the CO2 downward. So part of the issue that I'm having is, well, I mean, we've got a fair amount of CO2 in here that I should probably start scrubbing. So we'll set something for that up. Even with these plants down here, they don't keep up because they don't really consume enough. So I think we'll start first with that. Let's start scrubbing some of the CO2 that's in here. We do have some oxygen production happening out of the diffuser that's over here. And we've got some coming out of our ox ferns, although I just ran out of water, so that's going to end. Well, isn't that just splendid? All right, maybe we should focus on producing the oxygen first. I was going to build it up top, but it looks like the best place I'm going to have to do it is actually down here at the bottom, simply because I just don't have the room. So let's go ahead and we'll set up our oxygen production in here, I suppose. We're going to use just a small system here, and one that I can kind of keep a little bit better supply on. Oh yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more space. I want to try and keep the CO2 out of it, so once it starts to produce and we've got that, we get the CO2 down, I don't want a bunch of CO2 inside, or it'll be hard for us to skim out all the chlorine that's going to be in there. So we're going to set up something in here that has the salt system. Actually, that is the same spot I just put it. I need to move it over one. We want it to scrub and drip the chlorine down because the chlorine comes out as a liquid. And then we're going to use one of the plants underneath here to be able to just sort of consume the chlorine and keep it from building up. That's really the only thing it's going to accomplish. It's not really going to be enough for it to grow effectively, so I'm not really too worried about that. So we'll go like so, around to this side. up to here. I'm going to leave a gap in this side here, and we're just going to leave a little gap at the top here so that the oxygen we're producing can get out. And then in order to keep the CO2 from gradually making its way in here, I'm going to do a funny little step system on the side. So as we build up oxygen pressure here, it should keep things clear at the top because the oxygen will be up here. Once we clear out all the CO2 that's in there, because CO2 can't move upwards necessarily, as long as there's oxygen pressure on the other side of it, it can't exchange blocks upwards. This should stop the CO2 from moving in the bottom. We'll keep it relatively limited to just growing the plant down here. And I think I'm going to cancel this build right here, and we'll put a little farm tile in here also, and we'll plant one of our little ox ferns in there just to clean up any CO2 that does get in there. World traits are kind of neat if you looked at those at all. Yeah, so each of the worlds, when you're generating it now, there's an option to have things like metal rich or metal poor and stuff. I think Brothgar actually did a video on that if you want to go check it out. He sort of summarized all the different things that you can find in the different asteroids in terms of like whether it's, you know, well, I was saying, like, whether it's metal rich, in which case you're going to have, like, each tile is going to have, like, 1,000 grams of metal in it, or metal poor, in which case it only has, like, 400 grams per tile. So we didn't set any of those changes when we actually set up this colony. We just sort of ran with what was there, but there's some good stuff going on there. All right, let's grab, oops, not skills. Man, what am I doing? Colony summary, choose a blueprint. That's what I wanted. Fried mushrooms, available, 0 kilocalories, 8,400 kilocalories. We have a little bit of food. Man, I thought we had more food than that for some reason. Did the stream just die? Oh gosh, Lord, please hope not. I really hope it didn't. My feed looks fine, so hopefully the stream's good too. Alright, so we have cooking +7, animal husbandry and construction, cuisine, construction, and strength. Take the food. Yeah, I am gonna take the food this time actually. We'll bring in other duplicants later. In the meantime, we're going to pack that food away. Let's set this up for fried mushrooms if I can. Never mind. I can't. It's not an option. Fried mushrooms must be in the other cooking thing now. Won't the salt plant stop eating chlorine at some point once it's ready to be harvested? Nope. It should be fine. And it will ultimately... Oh, I just trapped a duplicant in there. I should probably cancel this so they don't get stuck inside. There we go. That tile needs to get deconstructed. It should still keep consuming the, You're gonna get stuck in there, aren't you? You're gonna do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. There you go. You did it. Silly duplicant. Alright, deconstruct. Oh! What the? Please don't encase him. There we go. That's good. Don't encase him in the block. Okay, don't. There. Build everything inside first. Okay. We staved off a moment of suffocation. That was alright. Can you get down from here? Did I not build that right? We made a zombie! Out of zombies. Clearly he couldn't get down. That was awesome. Yep. Just gets better and better. Alright. Well, we have another duplicant corpse. I'm gonna chalk that up to awesomeness. That's what that was. Respects have been paid 85 times. Nope, he's dead. Poor little duplicant. Okay, we do need to seal in the rest of this. I was looking at him, wondering if he could get out of there, and for some reason I wasn't looking at his oxygen bar. That was stupid of me. We're gonna pretend it's Monday. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Monday. Went down, 13 to go. We just want to make sure we don't overtap our resources. So we're thinning the herd. That's what we're doing. It was totally planned. I swear, honestly. Okay, let's set up some more research we can go on in the meantime. Transit tubes, hazard protection. I mean, I guess that would be all right. But is there anything else back here I could use first? Desalinator would be nice. We did find some salt water last time. Not very much of it, though. I've noticed that the salt water is very sparse in these maps. So unless you find, like, a saltwater geyser, I don't know how useful it's actually going to be. Oh, our storage is all full down here, too. So we should consider building another one. Okay, in here we want to plant the salt vine. Stick one of those in there. This one we're going to set up with... Well, I want it to be an oxford, but we're going to need water for this thing. Which I don't have at the moment, so that sort of presents certain challenges. I also don't have a convenient carbon skimmer set up. Also out of water for that. I can build one over here and tie it into this system. We can use the overflow. I can build my overflow on this a little bit different and set the overflow to be on the clean side, so it would use clean water and send it over to the scrubber. That might work. What a mess we've created for ourselves. Fabulous. Thought I remembered your dupe dying. Your dupe did die at one point. The duplicates we have here are Still Snow, Seiya Hattori, PewDiePie, Rage Dragon, Snark Diva, Robert McGill, Shane Sheehan, Greg Dixon, Larry Berry, Joseph, Luke Stewart, BDS Empire, and Evie Hanna. So you're right, Jess. Your duplicate did die, unfortunately. Probably due to suffocation, which seems to be how they're all kind of going so far. Oh, what a mess. All right. Oh, you know what? This tile is not even the right tile. This needs to be deconstructed. Because I meant to put the irrigation tile in there. Or hydroponic farm tile, whatever. Too many name changes. Why did you leave that there? Don't do it. Oh, you're gonna do it. There we go. Thank you. Pick that up first. Now seal it in. Am I out of power too? Stuff's running up here. What's going on with our power? They're one tile away from being able to reach the... All right. I was experimenting with this in like sandbox mode or whatever. So I wasn't having to pay attention to the duplicants getting in and out of the pieces of the building to build it all. Whoops. Alright, we'll put a ladder on this side so the duplicates can reach things over here. This ladder can be deconstructed. And we're going to have real oxygen problems now. We have a small amount of oxygen being produced over here, but that's obviously not going to be enough. We can break apart all of this and build a second one of these oxygen systems on this side. But then it's going to come down to, do we have enough salt and do we have enough rust? I'm not really looking forward to finding out. Gotta make sure the clean water doesn't back up in the sieve. It will stop working. Yeah, so you can. What I can do on the over here. We have a pretty short system here. It's going like straight out and into this. So let's try to clean up some piping here first of all, so I have stuff out of the way. We get all that junk out of the way. What I'll do is I'll send the piping out this way through a pipe bridge, which will prefer the flow to go into the bathroom system, but I'll set up the overflow to go back over to a carbon scrubber, which can then feed into this pipe system as well. Doomed? It's a typical cryptic colony. They're not doomed yet. They're just not doing particularly well right now. All right, we are producing chlorine over here. They do need to plant that seed so we can actually take care of it. That's producing some oxygen. We are going to have trouble getting the oxygen out of here, though. This is actually a little crowded at the top here. It's not going to be ideal for distributing the air. On this side of things, it'll create a pocket of oxygen right here, but it won't get past our water flow. And then it's going to have to go out this way. So maybe we'll just plan for the air to go straight up. It's going to let CO2 drop in here, which is going to be a real nuisance. But hopefully we can stay on top of it. What's the long-term clean water solution? That's a really good question, because there aren't the normal pockets of water that I would go for. I have a couple of water options coming out of things like the petroleum generator, some overflow from our bathroom system, but we do need to find a better source of water. Plastic manufacturing, valve miniaturization, sure, we'll do that. I don't know what else to research at the moment. I don't think there's anything critical that we have left outstanding. I hate that this is all, like, toast in here now. Oh, well, we found salt water. We've got lots of it over here now. We could dig it over here actually, and then melt down some of this ice and stuff. That might help a little bit. We get a little bit of water flow out of there, but it's not going to be ideal. There's a desalinator system. Oh, there's one of those water weeds growing up here. They nerfed these things. They put out a patch that changes the water weed, so now where you used to be able to just grow it in a little skim of salt water or brine, now you actually have to feed salt water into the hydroponic tile in order to feed it, and you also have to feed it bleach stone, which is just like in an extremely limited supply. So that kind of makes that plant virtually useless, which is kind of a pain. What's the temperature out here? 36. Yeah, we'll get some melting, but this isn't going to be an ideal water source. We need to find a geyser that actually has water in it. Ooh, down here we have a natural gas geyser. The natural gas generator does produce some polluted water, 67.5 grams per second, which is really not very much. Though it would help stabilize some of our power systems too. Up here we're using like a wood system through the ethanol into our petroleum generator, but it's a little more intermittent than I'd like. I mean, we have it on smart battery control, so it's not too bad, but it's not giving like a consistent outflow of water. And now that we have some sensors and stuff available here, we could actually do a hydrosensors for the piping. Hold on. Thermosensor becomes active on standby when liquid pressure enters a close range. Maybe it will work. Put this down. Well, actually, no, I can't. My plants will die. I'd like to actually put some sort of a sensor in here so that we can activate only when there's a certain amount of water here. But I think if I delay it too much, yeah, the pipe's already just about empty. The trees will stifle and die because they won't be irrigated. And then we won't be supplying wood, and the whole system's going to break down. So this isn't very efficient from an energy perspective, but it does keep the plants fed. Mostly. You really, really, really don't need the walls on the sides of the deoxidizer. Yeah, the whole point the whole reason I did this is I didn't want duplicants hanging around inside here. And I wanted the chlorine to make sure that it stayed down. So, actually, it's coming out of here in the opening anyway. Can you reach over there? That's 3 tiles over. I don't think you can reach that. See, now they're hanging out up here. They're going to put all this CO2 in here. When it gets to the point where the CO2 level is lower... Actually, I don't really need any of this set up on here right now. The CO2 is so high up on this. Once the CO2 is down lower, I want to try to keep this relatively isolated so we're not getting too much CO2 in the bottom, and then we don't have to worry about having the oxfern consuming a lot of water down there. But it's all sitting in CO2 right now because we just need air. I don't have water for research. Okay, we have problems. We could try building a desalinator, I guess. We can mop up all this stuff in the meantime. This will give us bottles of salt water. That's not reachable. Was that fog up by the generator? Are you talking about the white stuff here? This is salt water, so it's got its own little white liquid haze around it. Same with like normal blue water has a little bit of a haze too, but the color isn't as obvious. Bottled dupe tears. That's pretty much what it is. Might as well call a spade a spade. This colony is breathing CO2, not oxygen. We have oxygen in here, just not in the quantities that I would generally like. I'm gonna have to open up the door down here. Man, there's so much CO2 in here. I feel like we're getting a lot more, and it might be because, maybe because of this system. There's 3.8 kilograms. There's so much CO2 up here. Every time they open up this door, they're flooding more of it out. Let's let the pressure build up in here. We're gonna deconstruct this. Seal that off. Not that that solves the larger problem of the CO2 that's coming in, but this thing's not running because there's no power. Why not? Did I break my... I broke my hydro thing, didn't I? I did. Good job. Alright. You can use normal toilets and let the polluted water bottles stand there emitting polluted oxygen. That's not really enough. We have 13 duplicates in here, each of them consuming 100 grams per second of oxygen. It doesn't off-gas anywhere near that amount. You can't produce oxygen that way to support a colony. Way back in the day, people would like build up like obscenely large amounts of polluted water to try to do that. But this little bit that's here is not going to accomplish that. Okay, so they did deconstruct this. Let's get our carbon skimmer in here now. I'm going to put that here. And then on this side of things, we're going to put a little pipe bridge. That's going to connect up into here. That can go into there. And then... No, I'm going to wait. And this pipe's in the way. Hold on. Got to place this a little bit differently. Okay, pipe bridge here. And then we'll also do a pipe bridge... Oops, what the... Wrong button. There we go. Pipe bridge here as well. This one is going to feed back... Oops, to our carbon skimmer. And then the carbon skimmer can feed... into here. And then this will get deconstructed. I don't even need this bridge. Deconstruct all this. Nope, that's not true. I do need all that. Drat. Eventually the system will back up again. So I gotta leave all that in place. There we go. It's messy, but it should work. Don't deconstruct the overflow valve. Yeah, I noticed that just as I meant to do it. So we're good. Polani, welcome back. Finally got your 16th duplicant. All 4 brain share traits. Nice. Love the sandbox mode. All 16 dupes are walking around with a sunny disposition. It's the cutest thing. They're all like super duplicants now. They've got magic powers and things. This is still not running. I need this deconstructed. Air's the priority, little guys. Go get it. Make us some oxygen. Build that wire. No, you ran by it. Survey says, at least this thing's producing air. They have places they can go where they won't suffocate. It's just, it's not pretty in here right now. At all. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. You want the pipe right into the bridge after the sieve output. Yeah, that's where I have it. So I have 2 flows here. I still want it to prefer the toilet in the flow. And then if the backs up to the back of here, it will take this overflow valve. If that backs all the way up, it will back up into the sieve. And then it will back up at this point, and then the overflow should work to go down here. The question is whether this is going to work. I might actually have to move this up and not put it into the same input. I've got a little loop. All right, that worked great. Just got to break and redraw that. That's going to make a little mess, but we'll deal with it. There. Okay, clean up the mess on the floor. Food shortage! Hooray! Even though we grabbed the mushrooms. Come on, game. Don't die on me now. This isn't promising. I think we might be dead. Let there be O2, and there was, and it had chlorine in it. That's right. Now that is a system that's going to work great. Oh, it's going to be messy. Ah, there we go. Haha! Yay for beta. All right, let's try and launch that again. I don't know where it's going to put us. We might have to rebuild a bunch of that stuff. It didn't black hole this time, but it did definitely crash. Some people were saying before the stream started that probably confused the whole system, the whole game into submission. That's what it was. Some people did say before the stream that this latest update to the beta branch is a little unstable. We should expect that with anything that's in beta anyway. They just pushed an update today that made a number of changes to things, including making it so that you can't erase heat anymore through some of the buildings, which is going to be a bit of an adventure. Where before, you used to be able to shove water at any temperature into the sieve, and it would come out at 40 degrees Celsius on the other side. Now that doesn't work anymore. 40 is the minimum. So if it goes through at 20 degrees, it comes out at 40. If it goes in at 65, it comes out at 65. So it's gonna be a bit of an adventure. And after building all that, I don't have it anyway. All right, let's just go ahead and do this for the first time tonight because we didn't already do this once. Good lord. Okay, pipe bridge here. Pipe bridge here. This feeds into our scrubber. I'm gonna put this actually just into the pipe up here instead of into the pipe bridge. That should solve some of that. This pipe here needs to be deconstructed. This is gonna go up and connect into here. Gonna connect into there. Come on, duplicants, where are you? And over here, when I had to build this stuff... Oh, I had to break the wire again. Go me. Why do it once when you can do it twice? That's my motto. Do you have the problem with grain crashing with no warning? Well, that time I did. It froze up and crashed. That's the first time I've seen that one. We had a number of black hole crashes before. There was a new update that came out today in the beta branch, and it seems to have made things a little bit more unstable. I'm sure they'll keep pushing updates. It is still just in beta, but it's a little spaghetti-y, but it's a nice looking system. Yeah, well, because I'm trying to splice this thing into a different system and use the same sieve for 2 jobs. It's not gonna be the prettiest thing on the planet, but as long as it does the job, I guess that's all that matters. What dupes died? Are you okay? Larry, you're okay, but zombies unfortunately joined his zombie buddies. He's not doing so well. This is producing air, but there's just so much CO2. Insane amounts of CO2. I'm gonna wall this off up here. I don't need to go up here anymore right now. Oops. Actually, hold on. Not that one. Not that one. Cancel. It's this one I want you to break. And we'll throw a door right in here. There we go. Gotta control the pressurization in here a little bit. Jess Stewart with a super chat. Save now! Yeah, it can't hurt. It is doing an autosave. We just loaded off the autosave. We're only like a cycle in, so it's not that bad. This is producing oxygen. It's also producing chlorine, which is being used by the Dash's salt vine. It's basically consuming it, and it should stop it from overflowing as long as there's not too much CO2 on the bottom here. And did we just die again? Whoa. Look, Pete. Yeah, the pip has color now. They've the update today added like some finalized art for the pip. They added some finalized art for a couple of other things as well. I think the salt vine now is finished. They have the artwork in for that. Can't do any plumbing work until the next patch, basically. That's not good. We can't live without plumbing. That's gonna end us. Pips are like this greenish color. They almost blend in with like plant life. Oh yeah, there we go. Hooray! Crashed again. This is why you still haven't updated yet. Yeah. Well, as soon as I went to play the game, it had to update. Waka waka waka. Is it the plumbing that's doing that? It might be. It might be. This is the risk of playing in a beta, right? You're playing with something that's not stable. If water has to choose a path, that is a high chance of crashing. Oh, good times. Well, so I'm basically super complicating that decision for it then over here. All right. How can I do this differently so that I can make it cleaner? I could move the whole... water sieve over, I guess. I mean, really the only reason I'm doing this is because I need the water. I don't have other water sources right now that I can tap into. At least not that I can see. Ooh, we got more salt water over here, actually. But I don't have a salt purifier. Ooh, there's more salt water there. Maybe all kinds of salt water around here now. I had to go hunting for it the other day, but now we've got it just, like, hanging all around our base. All right, let's look at this piping system. Oh, that's ugly. So my issue here really is just that if I feed water into this, it's going to come out polluted. Yeah, we'll see what happens. See if they can actually build this. I'm curious to see at what point it actually crashes. Jess with the super chat. Game crashing is a drinking game tonight. Cheers! Thanks, Jess. Appreciate the super chat. Saltwater is new. Yep, so they have saltwater and brine that are available in those like underground seas kind of biomes. There's also a lot of sand and naturally occurring salt there too they can get. It's so close to being done. Just, oh yeah, look, as soon as it finishes the pipe, boom, dead. It's not even connected up so there's a flow. So I can't do that. I've got to keep it clean and simple. I'm going to have to... I have a different idea. I'm going to build another completely separate filtration system. And we'll take the overflow from this, and instead of running it into here, I'll temporarily shunt it over to that other one. And that will avoid having to do any of that weird decision making that the game's crashing on. And hopefully that will make it work. Drinking iced tea is not as fun as shots. Yeah. Yeah, I hope there's a hotfix soon, too. Game explodes. Kablamo! This will be the magic crash colony. That's all we're going to be doing tonight. New update for Satisfactory's out on the main branch. Looking forward to getting back into your factory. Yeah, they've added in trains, I guess, right? They were talking about them for a while, and they finally added them in. All right, let's cancel all this. Cancel all this. We'll deconstruct this. Deconstruct that. Deconstruct this and that. And then this pipe can just go straight into here, and hopefully rebuilding this doesn't cause a crash all on its own. Oh boy. I can't even undo what I did. Ruh-roh. Is it new colony time? I feel bad how many times we've had to start a new colony already since the launch started. We can always play some DST with subs if you get too frustrated with Oni. Yeah, but tonight I was planning on playing Oni. Load from previous day save. We'll see if we can. We'll see if we have the autosave that will let me dial it back. Could be an old colony issue. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, this colony was started in the update, but load. No, we can dial back. What cycle are we on? Oh, that's my test colony. Fair launch. We can go back to cycle 47. We can go back 2 cycles. Let's load that one. Sandbox only, sandbox colony. We might have the same problem though, Polani. It's not necessarily about them constructing the pieces. It is about the mechanics of the flow. Okay, good. So I hadn't done that mess over here yet. I can avoid mucking around with that. So let's go ahead and cancel this stuff out. We don't even bother building it this time. We can tap into our power supply over here. Oh, wait a minute. Zombies is alive now, too. We just resurrected the zombies. Cancel that. Let's build a ladder here. And I'm going to cancel this right here while they build inside. We'll see what happens. Maybe zombies will stay alive this time. Is it going to be mushrooms again? Choose a blueprint. Oh, it's different. Curative tablets. I'm not worried about those. Let's grab the bristleberries. Not ready to bring duplicants into this mess just yet. Look for a map with an underground sea for a new colony. Yeah, we could try a different asteroid and see what they're like. I've made a good mess of this one already. I definitely need to pay more attention to how I'm laying out my colony now that I know I'm going to have to use a different setup for my oxygen. Because there's just not a lot of water on this particular asteroid. We're going to have to create, like, our own water sources a little bit. Can't keep a good zombie down. Hey, Sovereign Brax, I'm good. How are you? Go after the salt water. I think I heard that the saltwater system wasn't working, though. I think someone was telling me that the desalinator wasn't working, so hopefully that's not correct. Yeah, let's go with medicine. Okay, that's good. We can build this in here now. Let's make that a priority because I want them to build it before it starts to run. Oh, this needs to be swapped out for the hydroponic farm tile. Oh, too late. Here comes the chlorine. It's dropping all the way through. Build it quick. And then this, we're going to plant our little salt plant. Verdant is cool. It's a good mix of new and old. That's cool. I mean, I kind of like to check out some of the new colonies, or the new asteroids altogether, where it's just like a completely different layout of biomes. Check out the Volcania map. They're super fun. Oh, I need, I don't really need this tile. I can get rid of that. Now they can plant this thing. And we can deconstruct this ladder that I don't need. There we go. Alright, give me my oxygen. I want my air. And then we're going to build the scrubber down here instead. So we're going to do carbon skimmer here. And we're going to do refinement. We'll throw down a water sieve over here. Let's see what happens when we start the plumbing again. If I don't give it any choices, maybe it will be all right. Like that. And then we'll feed this pipe over here temporarily. We'll take the overflow and use it as the mechanism to fill in this. Nope, not that. Yeah, no, that was right. Okay, great. Let's see. Throw a tile in here. Deconstruct this. We'll see if it crashes. If it crashes, we'll build another colony. We'll just pick a new asteroid, something that's different from Arborea, and we'll see what it's like on a different asteroid system. And then hopefully it will just be an issue with this being a colony that was started before the latest update. A bit late. What room are we working on there? So we built this to produce oxygen. So we built a little rusty oxidizer. I found out through some testing that the Dasha salt vine actually consumes the chlorine that's in the room. It doesn't just need it as a medium to be sitting in the way that, say, like mushrooms do. And because it consumes it, we can't realistically grow the salt vine off of what's produced from here. It would take a crazy number of salt vines to be able to support the one rusty oxidizer. So rather than do that, we just have it set up there as a system to scrub the chlorine out. So we're letting it spit it out, and we're using the vine as a way to get rid of the chlorine. And then we're also trying to get rid of some of the CO2 we have in here because we have a horrible buildup of it. This is now at least producing air for us, which is good. I'm going to put some mesh tiles here so we can try to get a little better upward air movement. I will build another one of these over on this side, so we'll try to, like, double our pleasure, double our fun kind of thing. And then if we can clean up some of the CO2 in here, things will start to look a little nicer for them. I think the rusty oxidizer produces slightly more than one vine consumes. Not that I've noticed. So if you look at the salt vine in the wild consumes like 16.7 grams per second. I was experimenting in debug mode, and I filled up a room with 2,000 grams per tile of chlorine, and I put one little salt vine in it, and it scrubbed the whole room clean in like a day and a half. So in the wild, I know they're consuming like 16.7, but when they're cultivated, it seems like they're consuming more. I don't know if that's actually the case or not, but what I found when I tested it, I put it on hyperspeed and let it run for 15 or 20 cycles, and it was getting rid of all the chlorine. Like it kept it knocked down. It didn't overflow at any point. So I don't know. Like this produces like 30 grams per second, but for some reason the vine was keeping up with it, so I'm not sure what the deal is exactly. Was that a Doublemint gum reference? Yeah, we have a scrubber with no water. However, oh, did I just freeze it again? I did. Bah. Well, let's start a new colony. Sorry, everyone. This one's not working so good. Is salt renewable? It is through the salt vines there. What do they call the Daca salt vines, whatever they are. But the salt vines consume a lot of chlorine, so you end up having to feed them. You probably are going to need a chlorine geyser specifically to feed and grow the salt vines. What's trickier is that the salt water isn't as renewable. You have to find a salt water geyser, otherwise you don't have another source for that, and you can't manufacture it. So certain plants that require it, unfortunately, aren't really viable until you find one of those. So let's, we were playing around here on Arborea, this one over here. Large glaciers. They have like random elements here you can get to. Mixed boulders, frozen core, magma channels. So not only are you getting a different biome setup in your asteroid, but you also have, you know, specific features like a subsurface ocean on this one, and geodes, slime molds, all kinds of cool stuff that not only did you get like a different gameplay experience by getting a whole bunch of asteroids to pick from, but now you've also got customization within the individual asteroids. It's kind of awesome. Lorelio with the super chat. The colony's dead. Long live the colony. That's right. We're going to pick maybe something over this way. We'll try checking out one of these weird water worlds, maybe. We'll go all the way to the end. Metal-rich, subsurface ocean, mixed boulders, small boulders. I want the subsurface ocean for sure. Geodes, geodormant. The world has fewer geysers and vents. No, thank you very much. Volcanoes, frozen core, magma channels. There we go. Core of this world is a block of ice. Oh, so down at the bottom there won't be magma. It's going to be a frozen core. Rage Dragon with a super chat. Thanks, Rage Dragon. Appreciate the support. At least I didn't kill you. Yeah, I didn't kill you. There's that. There's that. Let's start this one. I'm going to try out this asteroid and see what it's like. I haven't tried any of these other ones. We started with Arborea. That was, unfortunately, a crash fest. And we'll see whether the plumbing situation is actually all colonies or whether it's only like ones you loaded up that were created before things started. They apparently changed some of the logic in the plumbing so that it's supposed to make decisions easier. It doesn't seem to have worked. It seemed to have a different problem now. But we'll see. Yeah, this is going great tonight. Welcome to the crash stream. Oh boy. Can't play after this update too. Yeah, it's not going well. This is I was really looking forward to playing more tonight. Try validating the files. God has spoken. The only gods have decided that we're not allowed to play. Alright, let's go over here. We'll try this again. I want that subsurface ocean. Give me all that fancy salt water. There we go. I don't want geodormant though. Metal rich, regular oil, metal poor. How can people metal rich and metal poor? Less raw metal. Abundant source of metallic ores. What? Metal rich and metal poor again. I don't understand how you can have both. Subsurface ocean, metal rich. Perfect. Let's see if it dies again. Yeah, it's going super well right now. Evie Handed with a super chat. Cue the Game of Thrones music. Bum 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 bum. Yay, we got through to the point of actually picking people this time. Well, that's something. All right, so we want a scientist first. That's what I like to focus on here. So we'll +7 science, night owl. Can't do cooking. I mean, that's all right. 3 science, 3 creativity. 3 science, 3 excavation. That probably seems like a little bit better balance, I think. We'll get some digging out of them, too. Quick learner, increase science. Gastrophobia, cannot do cooking. Sure, that's fine. Let's go with a digger. +7 excavation, that's pretty good. Suit wearing +3. Diver's lungs. Yeah, I'll take that. Bottomless stomach. Uh-oh. Increased duplicant metabolism. They're gonna eat more, but that's all right. It's not all right. It's probably gonna tank us, but it is what it is. Sorry. So we have a scientist, we have a digger. We should probably go with a farmer, maybe, because I'm gonna try and get into the farming plots as quickly as possible. Mouth breather, no, thank you. Farming and suit wearing. Iron gut, immune to food poisoning. Night owl. It's always +7 or +3s. That's kind of weird. Early bird. Narcoleptic. Ugly crier. Alright, whatever. Let's call this colony Please Don't Crash. We'll need to name some duplicants here too. So let's go with that's gonna be dupe of Earl. Oops. It'll be that dupe of that Earl. This will be Lyrelia. Thank you for the super chat. And we'll have in Rage Dragon here too. But bam! Yay, new colony! Please have dupe of Earl so we can get, oh yeah, there we go. Sandbox to day 40 of previous colony so we can get straight to the plumbing. Oh, I don't want to do that. Because if we get started and things are going well, I don't want to like rush headlong into the plumbing issue. Flatulent for the win. Oh, was there a flatulent one? Oh, I totally wasn't paying attention. No! I hate flatulence. Alright, this one looks like a standard game, oddly enough. So the core of this particular asteroid is like the starting area of the other one. We've got all kinds of fresh water, and it's going to be like starting a normal game. This almost feels weird. I did pick this subsurface ocean one, right? Isn't that what I got? Say a prayer to the Oni gods. They get -1 morale cost. Yeah, they do. You're right. Clogged plumbing clash screen. I don't know what it was. They did include something in the patch today that was supposed to change the way it makes decisions around plumbing. It's supposed to make the game better, but it seems to have failed a little bit. Yeah, the subsurface ocean's at the top, but I was expecting the starting zone to be a little bit different than this. That's all right. Check temperatures. Boom. Nice here. Vacuum over there. We got heat on this side, and that's all granite. We got heat on this side. Shine bugs are all hanging out in the office. Oh, isn't it great? That one's Jim, and this one's Dwight, and there's Michael. Test successfully failed. Here for a surprise when you start exploring. All right. I mean, this central starting area looks the same. It'll be interesting when we get out there. Okay, let's build some toilets, I guess. Day 1 toilets are kind of important. We don't have composting yet, so we can just start right into the toilets. Give me some outhouses. I mean, I love starting colonies, but I was not really looking to start a new one again so soon. I feel sometimes like you guys must get tired of watching me start colonies. Alright, big bathroom over here. It's way more than they need, but let's prioritize some toilets. Get those taken care of. The map cycle between forest and sandstone is the starting biome. Oh, okay. That's cool. Is that water gonna break through? It might. We might get a little breakage there. Could cause some minor issues. Let's dig down. Oops. Yeah, that was exactly what I meant to do. We'll dig down here. We'll throw a door on over here. Let's see if we can start off right off the bat with an actual room. Well, we almost could, except this roof part is going to be an issue. Maybe so, and then over here, I'm gonna seal this off because I'm intending to put compost out here. I have no doors yet, but when we get to doors, we'll have that. Now I have a different problem. I need to go up here to dig out, but I've got all this jazz up there. That's a lot of water. Significantly more than we had in the last colony. I kind of regret not having a forest in this one. This feels like too much like the normal starting experience. Love the new colony. Oh, love the new colonies, yeah. Probably your favorite thing, you're a chronic restarter. Yeah, I've started so many colonies. Oh, there's a miscalculated pod location trait for an asteroid. Yeah, so I think that one actually takes your printing pod, and instead of it being in the center of the asteroid, it places it more towards one of the sides. I want a proper floor in here. Give me a proper floor. And then I think I want to dig this out a little bit so we can make a little bit more room in here for... Actually, if I set the ladder over by one. That'll get me... dig a double space on this side and on this side. Make a little more room so we can take the water that's up here and flush it down bottom. This is kind of in the way. The world's exploding. Why Independence Day? It's a giant alien ship, man. Just building 4 tiles up for the roof and make things 3 tiles high. That's your biggest Christmas wish. Yeah, well, I was making things 3 tiles high before. I don't even... you know what? I think it was the... I can't test it because I don't have it available right here. But I think the reason I build them 4 high in the bathroom is... Isn't the lavatory a little bit taller? Or no, maybe it's the shower that was taller. Yeah, whatever. We'll do 3 tile high. We had 3 tile high bedrooms and stuff in the other colony too, but I've always left them 4 because I like to put paintings and stuff up. I guess this will do. We can put a little statue in there or something. It's the shower that's 4 high. Okay. Make 3 shifts. You can have 9 dupes. Use 3 houses for them all. Yeah, I've used like 3 bathrooms and 3 houses for a lot of duplicants before. Get bored when colonies grow too long and tend to skip your later streams. Oh, really? I start so many new colonies. It's kind of crazy, actually. Showers, printing pods, and oil refineries, you think? Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of liking the challenge of having the forest biome as our starting area. This almost is too easy. There's like a ton of water and a ton of algae here. Feels a little been there, done that. Okay, let's get our scientist set up here. Get his brain power to work. Stations, there we go. We'll have more fun if you're having fun. If you really want to, we can restart. Haven't gotten that far. Yeah. All right, let's have a vote. Everyone throw out, let's say yes in the chat if you think we should restart on an asteroid that has a forest starting biome in the middle. Or no if we should just continue with the one that we have here because it already has a bunch of supplies and stuff. Is everyone behaving? Yeah. Yeah, everyone but the game, Durgan. The game is not behaving very well. So yes if you think we should start on a different asteroid with a forest in the middle. Or no, if we should just keep going with this one. Let's see what the mix looks like. Oh, there's more no's than I thought there would be. Yes, yes, yeses. No's, yes, yeses. No, yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, yes, no's. Oh, man. Isn't there a way to get Nightbot to do a poll on this kind of thing so it's a little bit more even? All right, let's, there's quite a few yeses. Let's go ahead and we'll make, I know. I start too many colonies, but... We're going to drop out of here. We're going to go to an asteroid that has a forest biome in the middle. So we could go to this one, the verdant one. This one I'm sure will have a forest in it. Or we could go to Iridio. Target location with oppressively hot temperatures. Despite the presence of living foliage, colonization of Iridio will pose considerable challenges. I don't like this one. Metal-rich geodes, miscalculated pod location. Slime molds, volcanoes, I don't want geodormant. We want some geysers in there. BDS with the super chat. Off to the forest. Maybe they have Ewoks. Ooh, teeny. Large glaciers, geodes, mixed boulders, magma channels, subsurface ocean. I do kind of want to play around with the subsurface ocean idea. Durga with the super chat. I say do it. Other opinions are irrelevant. I'm sure others might not feel the same. Metal-rich, buried oil, geodormant, large glaciers, geodes, and volcanoes. I kind of like the geodes idea. Geode, slime molds, and volcanoes. Several active volcanoes have been detected. All right, let's go this way. This is going to be a mess. Oh, you can even customize it down here. All right, this is going to be a mess, but we're going to try this. Slime mold is like these pockets of slime that grow in places that aren't the slime biome. So that'll be a little interesting, because you could be like going through like the purple zone or whatever, and caustic zone or whatever they call it, and then there's like a pocket of slime right there in the middle of it. The glaciers in the hot one, you never run out of water. Oh, there's that too, I guess. Yeah. That might work. Clay identified the pipe crash. I expect a hotfix rollback soon. Okay, good. That'd be awesome. Leverley with a super chat. I agree with Durgan, but my opinion's irrelevant. Evie with a super chat. Ewoks and Porgs. In this case, they're pips. We got Ewoks and pips. All right, so farming, I do want that. I'm not worried about ranching right now. Let's go with a researcher. Research. Thank you. Nope. Reroll. 7 research, germ resistant. Let's not take someone who has gas. I really hate flatulence. Twinkle toes. Okay, and then for this last one, what do I want? Maybe a digger? Let's take a digger. Excavation and medicine. That's an interesting blend. Excavation and cuisine. Ooh, that would be a good one. Uncultured, yokel. Nobody has flatulence. No farters over here. I think we're good. Acidic supernova. What should we call this colony? Volcanoes are great for late game team powder. Yeah, they are good later on. Early in the game, they just cause havoc. They're nothing but trouble, but you kind of just seal them away and deal with them later. But later on, you can kind of tap into them and use them for a variety of things. 111 degrees in Florida. Oh my gosh. All right, let's call this I don't know. Okay, opinions that agree with me are relevant. Thanks for the super chats, Durgan. The Killing Fields. There we go. That seems right, somehow. I mean, based on how we're playing so far. The Killing Fields. Embark. All right. Sorry for all the loading screens. But, oh, look at all the pips. There's so many of them. Okay, we do need... it's going to be really important in these colonies. Oh, good. There's some water up here. That's good. More water. Yay! We already have more water than we got with that other colony. Temperatures are... Oh, boy, that's going to suck. That's already too hot for meal lice. Holy, that is... Oh, boy. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Oh, death incoming. All right, let's dig all this out. It's all hot anyway. We might as well just dig everywhere. We have lots of dirt here. We're going to need to get these oxiferns, like, quick. Because we're going to need the oxygen supply. Get rid of that. So, priority number 1 is toilets. Priority number 2 will be oxiferns. Priority number 3 will be crying from all of the heat. Oh, I forgot to change names, didn't I? Scott Delaney with a super chat. At Evie Hannah, Ewoks, Porgs, and Pips. Oh my. Okay, hold on. I meant to change the names of the duplicants. I completely forgot. We'll put back the 3 that we had in the last colony. So we'll have the Dupaverl. Because I kind of bailed on that colony awfully fast. Catalina, we're going to make Lyrelia. And then Otto is going to be Rage Dragon. Otto's getting blotto. Okay. There we go. Much better. Hot stuff coming through. This is a hot biome. Look at that. The only place that's not crazy warm is the very starting location in the middle. That's gonna be interesting to cope with. I mean, early on, what's the temperature of the water? 30. Even the water's 30 degrees. Oh yeah, this is gonna be just wonderful. You know what, let's dig into the granite too. Why not? Okay, let's not dig the granite. The granite said no. Forget about it. All right, bathrooms. I'll worry about putting the compost somewhere else this time. I'm not gonna try and put it in the bathroom space. So we'll just do triple outhouse with one of them flying, because that's you know, some people like to poop in space. There we go. Medicine, wash basin. I'm gonna leave a gap so we can put some sort of decor in there, because this is gonna be ugly as sin. Give me some floor, give me some ceiling. Actually, with the size of this, I can make this a little bit wider and do decor at the doorway too. There. Like so. Look at that, we'll have a bathroom right off the bat. Gotta give them some kind of morale, because they're all gonna start crying soon. They're gonna cry and cry. Let's throw a ladder down here. I want to create a well for our CO2 to sit into. That's got oxygen in it. That's got oxygen in it. Let's take this down low. We'll take it all the way down to the bottom. We'll dig out the tree that's down here. We're going to create a little CO2 well here. And then at the bottom is where I'm going to plant our oxiferns. We can tuck into a whole bunch of them here, actually. This should be good. Good, good, good. Can we get Inigo Montoya as a derp? As a dupe? My name is Inigo Montoya. To kill my father. Prepare to die. Found a large lake with counts 20 Paku. That's... Really? 20 Paku that are already there? That's crazy. What if it's too hot for the oxiferns? Well, the oxiferns have a really wide range. They'll accept 0 degrees to 40 degrees. So down here, temperatures are okay for now. Even out here, it doesn't get that hot. Oh, good. There's cold here. Cold granite. Oh, there's a... never mind. There's actually right here, we've got... something. We've got a geyser or something. What is it going to be? Looks like a volcano. We found our first volcano. Hooray. And all that. No, this biome goes way down low here for the forest. We can build a really vertical colony this time. That'll be interesting. Okay, set direction right. Not that they have any water to wash their hands with yet. They're basically a bunch of slobs. Dirty duplicants. Get some floor in here. Pleasant chit-chat. They're only 2 tiles high. It might be slush geyser. You could get some cold out of that. I mean, it might be. The ground around it is really cold. That's that could be an indication of what it is. The granite there is freezing. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's a geyser, though, not a volcano. Well, it's one of the small things, anyway. If it's a slushy geyser, you could feed the cold colony with that. Well, more importantly, we could use it to cool the colony. That would be great. Have a night, Malice. Oh, it's Durgan leaving. Have a great night, all. Stay cool. Maybe we'll pop it again tomorrow. See you, Durgan. Have a good night. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate the super chats. All right, let's dig out another floor here. Got a hatch hiding down there. Probably cardinal sin here, but I'm going to dig this all out. We'll get rid of all the trees and stuff down here. We're going to try and make a flat spot where I can actually put some crops in here. Once we have the research, we probably should focus on doing that too. Give me this, give me that. Got just enough room for a computer here. If I had any metal. Which I don't have yet. Can you take a peek at one corner of it without activating it? Yeah, if you dig out enough of it, you can. Yeah, you can dig out a portion where you can actually see what the volcano, or what the volcano, whatever it is that's hiding in there, and click on it and then see what it is. It doesn't become active until you dig out the whole thing. Leaky oil would be bad. That comes in at 300 degrees. Yeah, when we picked this map, it did say at the beginning that it does have... it does have a number of volcanoes in it, so... You know, things might be messy. This colony is going to get uglier before it gets prettier, that's for sure. I gotta get this aluminum or I can't build anything. When does the update come out? No idea. They haven't announced it yet. They're still working on the beta stuff. This beta branch just came out like last week. So until they get farther with that, they won't announce a specific date. They try not to announce things until they know for sure when it's going to happen. I also want to be conscious of how I'm going to build oxygen right off the bat this time. So last time I would try to jam it down there near the bottom. It was sitting in CO2, which is kind of its own problem. This time around, we're going to try and build a little more consciously. And plan where we're going to put the air ahead of time. Actually, let's just strip this whole layer off. Give me all the goods as I expand rapidly and consume all the oxygen. You appreciate that about clay? Yeah, so do I actually. And even though even though they might put out something that has bugs, they're very, very quick and efficient about tackling them also. Which is also something I very much appreciate about clay. Okay, let's plan for this to be a floor down here. Go this way. You can blitz airflow and filter from the start. Yep. Yeah, the new update really does change things around. Like, particularly when you're starting in this kind of a biome. So, you know, when we have that standard starting area where you grab some algae, you throw it in a machine, boom, you've got oxygen. You have perfect growing conditions for farming, so you throw in some farm tiles in the central area. Now you got a food supply. And you tap into the large resources of water that are sitting around. Boom, you've got water to get everything done. It's like, it's all there and ready to run. We have a couple problems in this colony because the temperature in here is already too hot to grow mealwood, which means that if we're going to have any kind of a farming space, we have to temperature control it first. I really think this is probably going to be a slush geyser. That's pretty awesome. So we have to do temperature management initially before we can grow anything, which severely limits our ability to produce food. I'm going to have to make, like, we're going to have to make the mush bars, and they're not going to be tasty, because nobody likes those things. But first I got to get down to the water, so I can actually do that too, I guess. Alright, let's plan to put a ladder right in here. And we're going to put our pitcher pump in here so we can get access to the water. And I'm going to need a ladder all the way down here, otherwise this is probably not going to work too well. Whoops. Okay, that's all going great. Holy, build or something. Something planted itself here. Mealwood. Alright. Either it planted itself or this pip got busy as soon as I killed the plant that was there, because I think there was a tree there. There we go. Okay, good. If you had to move your entire base to your base on hot or cold bases. I had to move my entire base on hot or cold bases. Oh, you mean like you built out to a totally different area and just like kept your gate in one spot and built your whole base somewhere else? That's a good idea. Eat the critters. How many kilocalories do you get when a dupe is accidentally murdered asking for a friend? Sadly, you can't feed them into the microbe musher. So you kind of get nothing. At best, you get a scenario where you're not feeding as many people. All right, so we got animal husbandry, supplying and cooking. That's pretty good. Decorating +7. We don't have any decorating to do just yet. Ooh, mouth breather. Ugh, mouth breather. Ugh. Man, what a horrible set of negative traits. I'm going to take the mouth breather, though. Frankie, this can be, I believe, Evie Hannah. Thank you, Evie, for the super chat. Welcome to the colony. In this colony, death is almost certain. So, you know, enjoy your life while you have it. There's really no point in leaving any of this stuff planted here because, frankly, none of it's going to grow. The trees will grow. Suppose there's that. Let's dig this out. Okay, we have access to water, which means we can finally wash our hands. Our duplicants will be ecstatic. Here, noodle arm. Enjoy it. Oh, did I pick the noodle arm? Hate noodle arms. Usually end up farming sleetweed and ice biomes anyhow. Makes sense on the map like this to move everything. Yeah, it could. I mean, right now I'm largely surrounded by hot stuff. So I'd have to like dig out and find a cooler area to build. So in this instance, I'll probably try to focus on cooling this area instead, which is really a monumental task, actually. It's going to be fun. Please fix that 3-tile bathroom. It hurts your eyes. Which one? Right here? I can't. I can cancel it. But I can't even dig that right now, so they can't build there. Research job board ASAP. There is no job board anymore. Now you have the printing pod. When you click on the printing pod, you go into skills, and there's your job board. So new duplicates that arrive have a skill point, and the starting ones, for whatever reason, don't. They actually have to earn them first. Let's put you in... Let's put you in cooking. Bum, bum, bum. Where's our air? All right. And I guess we should start with the kitchen, like right off the bat, because we're gonna need it. Micro measure. Nothing quite so tasty as a mud pie. Still can't dig there. There we go. Okay, first things first on the research tree, we want to get into our farm tiles. Because we need to plant some of these fancy oxiferns and start converting CO2 into oxygen. Wow, step away for a month and things change. Yeah. The update just came out like last Thursday, I want to say. It's only in the beta branch right now. It's buggy. We've already crashed a whole bunch of times tonight, so I appreciate everyone who's still hanging around after crashing like 6 times. But it is in the beta branch, so you can kind of try it out now. But there is so much that is different, including like selectable asteroids, special characteristics of the asteroid when you pick it that's randomized, the ability to choose the type of job you want from your starting duplicants, so you're not like hitting re-roll 100 times trying to find that thing you want, different biomes, new machines, new critters. The whole thing's different. Today they even put out a patch that changes... Oh, do I have a skill point? No, I don't. Today they even put out a patch that changes things so that you can't negate heat anymore, which is going to be its own special kind of magic that I'm sure people are going to be ecstatic about. It's yeah, it really is like it's like a whole new game now. It's awesome. I love the game already to begin with, and I start so many colonies. But having that the ability to choose the characteristics of the type of asteroid you're going to be in now, like that's like game changing. If it's not cliche to say that, since that kind of term gets used for a lot of things. I'm going to leave these plants for the moment. We're going to dig them out. These little pips are cute. They like blend in with the foliage. It's a squirrel. Basically. Something new to consider. Had a dupe who loved suit-wearing astronaut but couldn't research, so no astronaut for your dupe. Oh, that would stink. Yeah, that would be bad. Do the pips survive being buried? I don't know. I haven't buried them yet. You mean like if you drop sand on top of them and just bury them in a mound of sand? I suspect they'd suffocate, but I don't know. Roll for Mage with a super chat. Mentioned earlier the name of the Hot Pocket. The name of the Hot Pocket. Oh, I already named the colony. What did I name it? Oh, the Killing Fields. Sorry, somebody else threw that one out and I spotted it. The game has been changed? That's game changing. That's right, Mr. No. Just call me Mr. Obvious. Or redundant. I mean, whichever you prefer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Take all this out. Probably creating more space here than I need right at the beginning. I should probably slow down a little bit. It just means more room we have to oxygenate. So this colony is going to be a little different than maybe some of the other ones that I've done. I tend to prefer going upwards, but it looks like the growth space might be better downward. As we start getting to the heat stuff up here. But I want to produce my oxygen up at this level as well. So I'm thinking like just above the bathroom. And just over here we'll get... Oh, I don't have rust. Ooh, boy, that's... Oh, there it is, way down there. I need rust and salt. We're going to have to go exploring to be able to find that. There's rust down here, which is super out of the way. I guess I could throw a ladder down here and then cut across. That will work that way. And there's also oxalite here, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Let's maybe plan for a ladder to be here. Dig all this out. My only issue with doing this, though, is that I'm going to create a place where the CO2 is going to fall even farther down than I'm trying to filter it. Hold on. Cancel that. I'm going to do the ladder instead a little bit over to the side so that it'll create a pocket here where the CO2 gets trapped. Like so. And that way... Oops. And that way, I won't leave the plant stranded without any CO2 to grow. I mean, once we get farm tiles, I mean, we're not really at that point yet. All right, I guess we are. We have farm tiles. That was quick. All right, good times. Oh, I hate the zooming on this. It's too much. All right, we can go to advanced research. That's not what I want, though. I want oxygen production, I'm thinking. Pressure management would be good too, though. Let's go after the oxygen. Let's make sure we can make air, because we're going to need it. We do have a fair amount of oxalite, so we're not super pressured for oxygen at the moment. But it's going to happen eventually. So we'll put all... Oh, actually, no. I want to rush to advanced research because I want to get the irrigation tiles so we don't have to keep filling up manually with that water. Although I don't have pumping. All right, never mind. I'll do what I'm doing now. It's fine. It's fine. We'll manually feed this for now, and I'll swap it out later. The Rux deoxidizer should probably produce cooler air. Well, it was producing cooler air before, because and then also it produces liquid chlorine. So as liquid chlorine turns into a gas, you get a pretty effective cooling. It's not bad at all, actually. Can't reach the ladder build. Oh yeah, I can't. That's one too high. There we go. Thank you. Not that I'm in a rush for them to necessarily get to that spot exactly yet, but. You do have a lot of ferns. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of them. That's going to be a reasonably good oxygen production. It takes 3 ferns per duplicant, basically, to provide enough air. As long as they're sitting in CO2 in order to produce it. Because the duplicants consume 100 grams per second of oxygen, and those plants produce like 33 and change when they're cultivated. So when they're not cultivated, they're only producing 7.8 grams per second of oxygen. And using a very tiny amount of CO2. But when you plant them, they produce like 33 or something like that, 31. Hopefully don't trap the pip in the water tank again. He liked it. He was perfectly comfortable. I think I saw him swimming at one point. What's up, 116? Way better than algae terrariums. Yeah, they really are. I mean, they still consume water, but check O2. What O2? We don't have any O2. We're O2-less. Down here we have oxalite. Can't get to it though. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Up here we've got there's air up here, but again, this is man. Man, oh man, oh man. You're like we've really got to rush with the air here. Give me all this. I need more ladder. After they finish these, what's the priority on that? Okay, set those at 6, I think. Yeah. Priority 6 for that, and then we'll put this to priority 6. So they'll go get those things dug out over there. Breathing's overrated. Ferns actually use water. Terrariums just convert it. You mean in terms of like converting it to polluted water? Yeah. So when you look at the algae terrarium, it produces 40 grams per second of oxygen. It consumes 30 grams per second of algae and then 300 grams per second of water. It produces 290.33 grams per second of of polluted water. So there is a little bit of water loss, but that's really not much, especially when you consider that like these plants consume like, was it 15 or 19 kilograms per cycle, something like that. 19 kilograms per cycle for this, plus 4,000 grams per cycle of dirt. So these are relatively expensive in terms of like from that perspective. They're fairly effective. It's just nice that they're not dependent on something that's super scarce. Well, not super scarce, but more scarce, like the algae. All right, copy settings. Get that spread out there. Need to dig all this out. There's a little pip following me in there too. He's gonna steal the seeds, little thief. Suffocation is nigh. Yeah, it's not looking good right now. They have a spot down here where they can breathe though, so they have a place they can retreat to get oxygen. We can tap in over here and get more too. Dig this up. Okay, they have all that dug. Give me this at priority 7. I need to go plant those. Choose a blueprint. Let's bring food this time. I'm not going to bring a duplicant just yet because we're already in a hot mess right now. Algae terrariums do not consume 12 grams per kilogram per cycle. No, are you talking about water? No, they convert a whole bunch of it. They only consume like 10 grams per... Where is it here? Oxygen. 10 grams per second. And there's 600 seconds in a cycle. Ten grams per second times 600 seconds is only 6,000. So that's 6 kilograms. Versus 19 that's being consumed by the Oxfern. Greetings and salutations, fellow enthusiasts. Hey, Wayside Liege. Dupes, I can't breathe. Fox, let's plant ferns. There's a little bit of algae here we can snag. That will buy us a momentary respite with some oxygen. It's also going to let some heat in here, which isn't going to be great, but we're already really hot anyway, so... What's a little more heat? We'll build a sauna or something. Oh, there's another one up here, actually. Let's plan to get that one, too. Algae would be good. Assuming we live long enough. Which at this point might be a little bold assumption. Oh, look at that. We've got stuff we can't dig there. What is that? Is it the granite I can't dig through? I can't tell where that... Yeah, the hat is on here. That's on the granite, which means I can't even build up there. I can't reach that one. There's granite in the way here also. All right, we can't get to the algae, so forget that. Save your time. The algae is out of reach. That's great. Gives me a source that I can actually do something with. 43. Boy, is that a geode there? I think this might do it. Yeah, it's surrounded by obsidian. This is our first geode. It's got a whole bunch of seeds in it. It's chock full of water. That's a good geode. Can't complain too loudly about that one. There we go. We got a little more air. A tiny little bit more. We need a lot more, though. The inevitable heat death asteroid. Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. We're going to be a little scorched. I really do want to find out what's in this, but I don't really want to mess with this chlorine, so what we're going to do... Let's build a little airlock for our duplicants here. We'll send them out this way. I can dig across here and find out what's in this thing. I'm going to cancel... Oh, nope, they can't. All right. Show me those skills. Dupaverl, what have you got? Improved farming, thank you very much. Advanced research, yes. And hard digging. Boom, just like that we can get through. Okay, research. Get some advanced research going now. Okay, good. We can reach the algae now too, actually. So let's bore a little hole through here and get some. Perfect. If you accidentally murder a dupe, how much oxygen do they produce? Still asking for a friend. They will actually create polluted oxygen, I think. And if you have them in... well, actually, they'll start to spawn morbs if you leave the corpse around. And then the morbs produce polluted oxygen. So you could trap a whole bunch of those up and then filter the polluted oxygen, but it's got germs in it. So technically you could get some oxygen, but not enough for a duplicate to survive off of. Is there ways to multiply oxyferns? No, it's very similar to Wheezeworts in the sense that there's just the ones that are there. When you dig around, you can find them. Sometimes you'll find the seeds in the soil. But what the heck? Come on. Oh, it is supposed to uproot. It doesn't have the little tooltip on it. That's funny. But you can't find, like, you can't produce them any other way, unfortunately. What is this, Dune? Dude, use the ethanol distiller to cool the base. Can't anymore. The ethanol is now hotter. It's like scorching hot. They patched it today. So ethanol cooling had a very, very short lifespan. It's not an option anymore. We could, and I'd still have to get a whole bunch more research done anyway, because we don't have the ethanol distiller unlocked. But they nerfed that pretty quick. Maybe the warp gate will give you some ferns. That's possible also. It's unlikely that I'm going to get what I want from it. But it could happen, I guess. We have 3 ferns down here. Well, not 3. We have a whole bunch of ferns. 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 9 ferns planted down here. So these are producing 31.3 grams per second. So they add up to, like, basically 94 grams per second of oxygen production. So it actually takes just a little bit more than 3 of these plants to support a duplicate. The trouble is they consume 19 kilograms of water per cycle. That's a hefty cost. That's a little hefty. Oh, I didn't set these to priority 9 so they keep them clean. Oh, just on time. You just shut down the toilet. How big of a dookie did you just drop? Come on, man. Is the ladder stopping the farm tile? Yeah, it's I can't plant there because the ladder's in the way. That's okay, though. We haven't even planted... Oh. You're a jerk. I don't want that tree there. This guy's brutal. Okay, let's plan over here. Well, actually, I was going to put a floor in here. We'll set up our storage on this side of things, I guess. Leave a little space at the end so we can put a door on it so the pips won't steal stuff. With so many new things, the likelihood of getting resources you want that are incredibly slim. Yeah, there's just so much. Now you can get, well, now you can get duplicants plus various seeds plus food types plus critters plus dirt and ice and there's like all kinds of things. Is there a disease in the colony already? Food poisoning apparently. Evie Hannah's got a little food poisoning. Our food bin got a little dirty before we got to the water for people to wash their hands. Poor, poor, unsanitary little guys. You want a pip? I'm hoping to make plush toys out of the pips, actually. Kill them for food. We don't need to eat the raw meat. Later on, we can cook them. That'll be good times. If we build a little pip ranch, we can slaughter them for meat. It'll be good. Good chewy little pip. There's lots of oxalate down here. Woo woo. Oh, I was like, what is that? And it was their cheeks are full. Come back here with those seeds. You better not have planted oxyferns. Harbor tree, mealwood. Okay, that's fine. The mealwood's gonna die from temperature anyway. It's too hot up here. Oh, actually. It's just hovering on the edge of being growable. Ice would be nice. Watching it evaporates moments after it enters the place. Yeah. Cogen's also a little unstable. I've seen small ice biomes steam in less than 10 cycles from an exposed volcano. Oh, really? That would be a mess. Yeah, that could present some problems, I guess. Did I get... Okay, I got that research done. That one's done. Let's go to pressure management. And in the meantime, I should probably build a supercomputer. Stick that down. Well, yeah, whatever. We'll stick it down there, I guess. Okay, that's done. Is that diamond? Oh, it is. This geode's full of diamond up here. Oh, there's rust up here, too. And salt water. And iron. Oh, this is all blocked in. Lots of rust. I could go down or I could go up. I think I'm going to go down. If I go up, I risk, like, pouring things on top of my head. That may not be a good idea. Oh, in the interim, too, I should probably work on building my little oxygen production setup. So we'll build it, like, right in here. Oh, I don't have mesh tiles. I can't even build it all. Where are the mesh tiles? Sanitation. Mesh tiles first. I need to get it set up so when we get back with salt and rust, I can start to use it right away. Dig out the tiny area around the geyser to see what it is. Yeah, I have instructions for them to go down there and check it out, but they're kind of focused on a few different things right now. I kind of want them to prioritize going after this algae here so we can maybe produce a little more air. We've got a decent pocket of air down here at the bottom, which is good, but it's not perfect. Can't wait till evolution turns dirt into floor tiles. What's this now? Pip just planted on my farm tile. Is that a thing? Yeah, they'll plant in the farm tiles now. They'll also plant on just natural dirt. Of course, if they plant it in your farm tile, it's still just a farmed plant, right? It's got all the same maintenance requirements and stuff. This is beta, so they're guaranteed to make adjustments to things. They've already made one major change today in terms of, like, getting rid of the ability to delete heat. The game does support mods, although this being in the beta, I imagine things would be a little bit broken, so I wouldn't expect to be able to use too many mods on the beta branch. For the non-beta part of the game, yeah, there are a number of mods that you can get. Some things like doors that are a single tile instead of two tiles, so you could use those for, like, ladders and things. A couple of infinite storage containers and what have you. Did they fix the seeds in the storage? You mean in terms of the Pip taking the seeds? Oh, the Pips are in there with the stuff. Okay, Pip, you gotta go. First casualty of war. Died, like, after the fact. Okay, let's put, well, we can put everything on, that's fine. Choose a blueprint. Shine nymph eggs. 3 of them. Alright. Supplying and tidying, building, tidying and suit wearing. I kind of like this building. Uncultured, early bird, narcoleptic. That's alright. As long as they're not flatulent. Let's put in a Gospin. And this one can be BDS Empire. Welcome to the colony, BDS Empire. Thanks for the super chat. Wouldn't be a CrypticFox colony if there wasn't lurking disaster on every corner. If it was too easy, it would be boring, I think. Whereas in this case, you know, there's always that risk of sudden impending doom. Oh, you know what? I haven't set up my priorities. That's probably a thing I should do. Research priority, Dupaverl, farming priority. Not even that I can farm right now, but what are you going to do? Digging. We'll do cooking. Where are you? Cooking. The BDS Empire can do building. Pick some skills here. We'll get BDS Empire working on improved building level 1. There. They added WASD to scroll around on this thing too, which is good. Instead of trying to scroll with the mouse all the time. That's handy. We'll go back here to pressure management because I think I finished that other one. I did, yeah. Okay. So where do I want to build this thing? I mean, I can put like an oxygen thing like right here. It's going to be kind of in the way, but I guess if I put two of them, like one on this side and one on this side, that will give me the pressure for all the oxygen I need, and it's going to be central enough that it will force the CO2 down fairly centrally instead of like packing it over to one side. So I think that's how I'm going to try to handle this. I need this to be 4 wide. Like so. We need a farm tile in here. We need a mesh tile in here. Like that. Inverted farm tile right here. And then later on we can deal with the CO2. But there shouldn't be a whole lot of CO2 in this setup, I don't think. I'm going to have to clear out this whole space up here, though. Let's get a ladder up here so we can build this thing. We need room in all of this. I'm going to cancel the side here until I get this built. I'm going to dig out this. And then we need our rust deoxidizer to sit up here. What's your long-term plan for cooling? That's a really good question. Historically, what I've done is I've cooled the oxygen that I'm using to supply the colony and use that as a stabilizing force. And it doesn't cool the entire colony, though. It just keeps it like the area where you're producing the air relatively cool. And then I haven't worried too much about heat that was outside of that because I was trying to control the area where the gardens are. I might have to enclose a space and try to set up some different cooling systems to try to manage that. So we could use radiant cooling. Ordinarily, I would try to like pipe water, pipe gases through water as a means of stabilizing the temperature, but the temperature is already 30 degrees in these pools of water, so that's not an option for me. We could use a liquid tempodizer when we get that unlocked ultimately. Oh, what have we got over here? Cool steam vent. That's not very cool. Oh, actually, the temperature down here is not bad. 20 degrees Celsius, but this is a little warmer. Look at all the rust over here, too. That's cool. Two geyser type things in close range there. That's really handy. Who knows how many more we'll find. Man, we got lots of geodes around us, though. We can't dig into the geodes until we get pretty high-level digging skill, which kind of stinks. Okay, they are not digging the stuff that I thought they would early on. Set this up to store everything except for polluted dirt. We don't want critter eggs in here. Seeds are okay because it's locked away, so that should be fine. That'll work. Our decor stinks right now because the floor is really, really dirty, but... it's cool. CO2 is naturally cooler. Boil off the heat in the water that produces hot steam and leaves nice, cool water in the pot. Yeah, that works. Pip set it for the storage cabinets. Yeah, he's got to be on the ceiling, though, to get in there because there's just this one little gap. He's already got a seed in his mouth. Okay, seriously, like, can you just fill in that floor, please? Oh, too late. We just can't risk him getting a mouthful of seed out of one of the storage containers because there's a bug right now where the seed gets stuck in midair and you can't do anything with it. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be that big of a deal. Internal combustion. I don't have coal, so I can't use that so much. Exosuits, decor. I guess we do decor. We're trying to give the duplicants a... well, they don't even have bedrooms yet. So maybe instead of that, we will look at power systems. Go for the pure need things right away. I want to build 2 of these rust deoxidizers, so I'm going to put a second one over here. Like so. Cancel these so I can build it, and then we'll throw the little farm tile in here again. Okay, so we have some work to do to get the rust and stuff, obviously, and the salt. But once we get these built, that will help. Beds, we need beds. That's right. We don't need no stinking beds. You had the snazzy suit at the storage bug, too. Oh, really? I've only seen it with the seeds so far, but then again, I haven't had snazzy suits in there. Our dupe priority set, I did have them for most of them, although I think we brought in... No, we got it. I did give BDS Empire one. So that's fine. Let's put them all on very high for toggling. There's no reason not to. So yeah, why not have the farm tile right next to mesh tile? Only because I want the, I want it to sit down a little bit lower. When I was experimenting with it, I tried it with a height that was only just, like I put the farm tile up. But what I was finding was sometimes the chlorine gas would build up enough, it would get up and out of the top in the way that it fell in. If there was a little CO2 in the bottom, then I was getting little bits of chlorine kind of drifting out. So I dropped it one lower and found that it stopped it from doing that. So that's kind of why I'm building it that way. Don't pick up the poo. It's the only thing giving O2 at this point. No, we have this down here giving us a little bit of oxygen. Not much, mind you, but there's some there. Plus, we still have all these pockets of things I can dig into for air. Also, if things get really bad. So we're not that starved for air. It's not good, mind you, but we're not that starved. Oh look, we dug up a another little fern seed. This water's gonna run out quick. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna dump this water and send it right down the ladder. We dig that out. Dig this out. And if I throw a little wall like right in here. Actually, I shouldn't really need it. I can just dig it up on this side. Okay, so we'll go over here. I'm gonna dig this out. We'll try and get the water here to flow out, down the ladder. It's going to flood all of our ferns at the bottom, but then we can mop it up. And the water will flow into our storage tank down here. Does Canadians celebrate an American holiday? No, we have Canada Day. So July 1st was our holiday. And then, of course, 4th of July was for those of you in the U.S. today. But no, our holiday was on, what was that, Tuesday or whatever? No, Monday. I guess it was a Monday holiday for us. the U.S. celebrates their independence by blowing stuff up. That sounds about right. All right, hold on. That's a little more water up there than I was expecting. It's gonna flood my my pitcher pump down here. Okay, we have the snotty water effect. That's the one giant booger hanging right there. Ew, gross. So much for our air. I swear I was making air down there. Let's make this a little bigger so we can accommodate more water, because this is going to present problems. I need more ladder down here. Priority 7. Make way for water. It's true, the explosions have already started. My cat is scared bleepless. Try to keep it family friendly, Micah Price. Water bugger, ew. Good job, Fox. You flooded the base. Only in parts. Only in part. We made... It was really more about cleaning. I wonder if it lowered any temperatures. Probably not, because it was like 30 degrees, but... Nope. Did nothing. Nothing temperature-wise, anyway. That is a lot of water, though. I got a lot more out of that than I thought I would. And there's still the giant water booger hanging there. What can you do? want to play this, but it seems a tad unstable right now. Oh, it's definitely unstable right now, Mr. Null. Yeah. The beta branch usually is a little bit. Although I have to say, like, I think in all the updates that they've rolled out, I've run into fairly minor bugs most of the time. This is the first one I've had a whole bunch of serious crashes and stuff from it. But this is also the largest individual update I think I've ever seen. Oh, there's salt there. Alright, sweet. We're, like, really close to a whole bunch of stuff I can use down here. Assuming they can get it back up the ladder without dropping it. Because, you know, duplicants and all that. Finally got a stream! Hey, Allie. Welcome. You look around for other geysers easy with the temp overlay. That's what I usually do. Choco plays. Please go somewhere else. This is family friendly. Okay. Let's see. See you, Choco plays. So curious about the geyser. Yeah, me too. They've started to dig down to it at least. So once we get sort of dug in there, there's only one duplicant that can dig their way through here. That's going to make progress a little bit more slow, unfortunately. Space has almost no O2 besides P oxygen and is slightly flooded and has almost no food. Sounds like a fox base to me. I don't know what you're talking about. I usually have great oxygen in my colony. I usually get it also, it's this color. Just not so much with this update. Things are kind of different now. And by kind of, I mean really different. Oh, there's sour gas up here. Huh. I haven't seen that hanging around in the environment before. I wonder if there's a volcano or something up here that's heating up some oil or something. Weird. Weird and gross. So what's new, Scooby-Doo? Tons of fun with new updates. I love update day and oxygen unincluded. Now, granted, update day was like a week ago now, but it's hard to make O2 in a woodland biome. It is a little bit trickier, yeah, a little bit. And by a little bit, I kind of mean a lot. It's trickier, just in general. Ooh, I almost got that down to a good level. Let's try and expand that just a little bit more. Come on, get that shovel gone. There we go. Choose a blueprint. Fertilizer. Wow, fertilizer. Haven't seen that in a while. Care package. We could get noodle arms digging, small bladder. Small bladder's not that bad, actually. That produces excess, like, additional water. It's pretty bad when you're looking at a duplicant thinking, how much water can you produce when you make water? +7 digging is not that big a deal. I'm going to take the Ada, I think. Take that germ-resistant small bladder business. This one could be Durgan. She hasn't been in a colony in a while. So she can curse me later when I kill off her duplicant. Let's see. Brute force, refinement. I think is probably... No, actually, let's go with decorations. Why not? We'll try to make things look pretty. Okay, I need to dig up some of those salt vines so I can get that set. That's producing a little bit of air again, so that's good. Kind of want to get... just want to get this stuff dug out of here. It's bugging me. It's bugging me that it's just hanging right there. At least they'll suffocate surrounded by great art. That's right. If you're going to die, go staring at a Picasso or something. If you drop salt in your water tank, does it convert entirely to salt water to grow the lettuce in? No, I don't think you can actually make salt water, and that's kind of a challenge right now. If you consume the salt water, I think it's just gone. And the trouble is now they have changed it so you can't just grow the lettuce in a layer of water on top of farm tiles. You actually have to use the irrigated tiles and pump the water in. And you also have to feed them with bleach stone. So to make lettuce, you need the rare water and the bleach stone, which is in really limited supply, to feed it. So it went from being like an infinite free food source to being one that's so expensive you can't realistically do it anymore. She's also a vomiter, so even if you get her stressed out, get more water. Here, you spend twice as amount of time on the toilet producing water, and then you can also go in the magical fart chamber, or no, magical barf chamber over here, and churn up a little goodness for us. could put it in the middle here. I guess I could just leave it open. I gotta dig it out further, though. Let's get a duplicant in trouble. We'll get them to dig their way down. This needs to be dug out here also. Bleached lettuce sounds tasty. Yeah, I know, right? I don't really get it exactly, but that's how it works. I'm not sure why the bleach stone, but make a park in the middle. Well, the park's got to be accessible though, so I don't know. If I leave it open, then at least the air that gets produced up here has more space to filter its way down. So I'll probably leave that open. We'll make the park somewhere else. We can get the pips to plant seeds pretty much anywhere, just by putting a storage container with seeds in it and then dumping them on the ground, and then trap the pips in that space, and they'll do planting for us to create a park pretty much anywhere we want. I think right now the morale boost for parks though doesn't work, so I'm not really in a big rush to do it. All right, I'm gonna put a door over here just so we can try to start constraining where our oxygen has to go. Not that I mean, I have all kinds of this space here, but eventually I want to dig out this way, and we could use this as an exit point as well. I'm kind of curious what's in here too. Can we build a ladder up here actually? I can. So we can go check out this little like, defunct base there. There's a luxurious bed in here and just random junk. There's a locker here we can sort through. That'll be neat. Jess with the super chat. Dupe of Earl is ill. They can't be that ill. Nobody's sick. So maybe they just didn't like what they're eating. It's more that they're displeased than that they're actually ill. They actually come all the way up here to sleep. They're like, we can't go anywhere else. He won't give us a home. Okay, let's cut loose some more oxygen so our people can breathe. Are graves an industrial tile? That's a good question. I don't think so, no. I think industrial stuff is only specifically the machinery. Thanks for the super chat, by the way, Jess. Yeah, they're eating mush bars right now, so they might get a little bit of diarrhea and stuff. Things are not going to be good for them that way. But, oh, you little pip. Okay, he doesn't have any seeds in his mouth. Okay, I gotta finish this storage area off because the pips are gonna drive me nuts. All right, now the pip's gotta die. It's your own fault. Get him. Blammo. It took some of that out of the container too, which stinks, but. Monster with a super chat. What's new in this upgrade? I missed the last few. Oh, there's so much in this. They've changed a lot. So, not only do you get to choose the type of asteroid you're going to be building your colony in, there's like 7 different options. The asteroids themselves have some customizable settings around types of things you'll find in the asteroid, like slime pockets and insulation would be good. Slime pockets and geodes and boulders that are made out of obsidian that you can't dig through normally without the right level of digging skill and what have you. There's some changes to the way that you go about choosing your duplicants that let you actually choose the type you want, like a researcher or a cook or a suit wearer or whatever. And then you're not having to hit shuffle a whole bunch of times to get it. There are new biomes in the game. There's 3 new biomes, one of which is what we've started in here. This is a forest biome. It has these little oxifern plants that consume carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. They have these arbor trees that produce lumber. There's a new critter that I just killed. I can't see. There he is here. There's a pip over here. They actually like to steal your seeds and like plant them in the ground so the stuff will grow in random places. So lots of stuff going on with that. There's another biome over here that we just kind of got the edge of right here. This is a rust biome. So there's all kinds of this consumable ore in here, rust. There's salt water as a new element that's in the game. This new plant, the salt vines. There's just so much that's different in this update. This one changed so much, actually, that it's almost like playing a completely different game now. Well, not completely different, but, you know, the core elements are still the same, but, you know, we're starting the game very differently now. Normally, in this phase of the game, I'd have all kinds of oxygen production set up just by using algae and what have you. And we're still at the point where, I mean, I have oxygen, but we're not producing it at the levels that I want. It's definitely very different now. It's fun. I like the challenge of new things, but I can't even build a farm yet because it's too hot. I can't do it. Oh, they dug through over here. All right, let's see what is hiding just on the corner of this. And I can't. Tell me I've got the skills. Wait. Who was our digger? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Super hard digging. Tell me you can dig that now. No, you still can't. Well, oh, that's a level 3. I can't even find out what this is because it's tucked away behind something I need to level up to dig through. Drat. I mean, it's cold over there, so I'm thinking it's going to be like a cold slush geyser or something, but I don't know for sure. And I can't find out until we can get a high enough skill level we can actually dig it out, unfortunately. Toolkit71 with the super chat. Been watching your recordings. Can't always enjoy. I can't watch live. Love the content. Tab is a killer. Oni is also one. Enjoy. Keep up excellent content. Thanks, Toolkit71. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you for the support as always. This is just so different starting the game in the forest because, like, oxygen is a very real threat now. Usually it's a little bit more easy to come by. I'll leave that water up there for now. We'll deal with it later. Okay, since we can't go after that, I should be able to dig in down here. Oh, there's one of those slime pockets I was talking about. Just a random slime pocket. And it's actually 187 kilograms. I mean, it's fairly dense. It's not as dense as the rock pockets are, but... So we have slime on this world, even though there might not be an actual swamp biome. Which I guess is kind of cool. Yeah, well, let's keep going down. I'll take this ladder all the way down. Cancel this. That's a long ladder. I hope they can carry all the way to the stuff all the way to the top. They may not be able to. We'll dig all this out. This salt will be very handy for production of junk. Ooh, I'm going to leave this one here. That was a little germy. You. Keep that slime lung away. We don't have a good doctor yet. I really should set up a power grid in here, too. Again, I'm thinking probably something up high. Keep it away from, like, the core part of the base again. Either that or off to one side, I guess I could do that, too. This side over here I'm not really making use of too much, so I could dig out over here where it's already hot. Build a little power production system out here. There's a little bit of coal I can see, not a ton of it, but... If only you could just use Sandbox Reveal to know where you're going. Oh, Poe, that's cheating, though. It's cheating. If we could just build all the stuff instantly, it just doesn't have the same appeal for me. I like to experiment that way when I want to, like, figure out how stuff works or try to plan out how I want to build something, but in terms of just, like, flat out playing the game, I don't get as much enjoyment out of it that way. Hey, Fox, been a long time. Still loving your streams. Hey, Josh. Thanks for popping in. Glad you enjoy them. Did I find polluted water? No, there isn't really any in this biome, I don't think. We have salt water, but we need the desalinization plant to be able to make use of that. And I think I heard that it's bugged still. Oh, I wanted to put a door here. Try to control what's going on here. Okay, we made it into the fancy new air. So the door cannot be manually controlled. Well, now I feel dumb. I should have put the ladder like right here. I could have gotten inside. Inspect the desk. Search computer storage for useful data and find. I can find in my own. Store useful data I can find in my own memory. New database entry unlocked. The laws of thermodynamics unencrypted. Well, Mr. Krause, I'm just emailing you after a little chat today to pass along something you might like to read. I think you'll find it super useful in your research. First law. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Second law. Entropy in an isolated system that is not in equilibrium tends to increase over time, approaching maximum value. Third law. Entropy is a system approaches a constant minimum as temperature approaches absolute zero. Zeroth law. If two thermodynamic systems are in thermal equilibrium with a third, then they're in thermal equilibrium with each other. This is too complicated. You can come by and chat. That's funny. Actual, yeah. Only talking about thermodynamics. All of my lulls. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't exactly follow laws. I mean, you have infinite creation systems, and that whole concept of energy can neither be created nor destroyed is interesting also. Because I'm pretty sure there's some infinite systems in this game. Come on. Nope. Choose a blueprint. Aw, a little care patch with a hatchling in it. Rust. 1,000 kilograms. Diver's lungs. Allergies. Allergic to specific or to floral scents. I'm not really planning to plant any of those, so that should be okay. Biohazardous. Let's take the diver's lung. We'll grab Ruby over here. Doctoring, supplying, and decorating. That's a good little mix of skills they have there. Last person we brought in was Durgan, I think. We already have Evie Hannah in. Scott Delaney. This could be Scott's character. Oops. Scott Delaney. Welcome to the colony. Hope you brought your dupe insurance. Deconstruct the door? Durgan needs a job. Oh, did I not give Durgan a job yet? No, you're right, I didn't. Evie Hannah, we can bump that one up. Improved cooking. Durgan is into grilling or art fundamentals. We'll put Durgan on art. Durgan likes art. Improved carrying. I'm going to do carrying for Scott. Supplying us with some stuff could come in handy. Check out our priorities while we're at it. So Durgan wants to be on decorating. Scott could be on tidying and supplying. There we go. No food, air, no air, no beds. More dupes. No more dupes. No, more dupes. You got it wrong. It's not no more dupes. It's more dupes. I'll probably stop when we get to 10 for now. We'll hover around 10 duplicants for a little bit, and then we'll push on from there once we get some more stable systems in place. Because obviously, things are not stable right now. To say the least. There's a lot of rust down here. This is good. So we'll grab this pocket of salt, and then maybe we'll move over and dig down and try to get some of this rust, maybe. I wonder why there's all this sour gas in here. Huh. Cool. Lol, someone opened the door and climbed into the bed. Did they? The door said it couldn't be opened. This door cannot be manually controlled. Oh, it's an automatic door. It opens up, but I can't set it to open or closed. That's funny. So a duplicate slept out here, huh? There's oxygen in there. Oh, geez, look at that. They know what they're doing. The best night's sleep ever in there. Let's rummage through this little cupboard here. McQuat, enjoying your stream for a while now. Always look forward. Well, thanks so much for the super chat. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for the support. What do we find in here? Oh, Evie, you got it all the way there. There's oxygen in there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I was picking up the phosphorite poop from the from the Dreco. Oh, there we go. Cool vest. Eh. Actually, cool vest might be good in this colony. It's a little on the warm side. Not that they're too, they're not crazy hot, but... Oh, we got another geyser up here. What have we got? Another low flat one. And this one is very cold around it also, so I'm curious to see what that is. Look at all the geodes we got. This is cool. I do not like this ladder. That's too big. I don't even know if they can dig the stuff and get it up there. They're going to wind up dropping it at the bottom of the ladder all the time. At least they have oxygen in there, so at least they're not going to like suffocate on the way down. Mods don't work on Beta Branch. I mean, it's possible they could work, but there's a really high probability they'll be broken, so But I don't tend to play with mods anyway. Steve Kern with a super chat. Love the stream. Will you play much after launch? Yeah, I've been playing Oxygen Unincluded pretty much since it was in alpha release, before it was available on Steam. So yeah, I mean, it's my favorite game, so I'm definitely going to be playing more of it. I'm playing a lot this week because everything's new, and I'm like super into checking out all the cool new stuff. Even though I have like 100 other games I want to be playing. It's the Pit. Look at that. We've had Oxalite down here producing oxygen too. We got air to spare. Okay, I need to find some of these little salt pods we can dig out. Some of this, I guess probably it's going to be easiest to get the stuff that's in here. So we'll dig across to here. That's going to let out sour gas, which is going to flood everything. That's going to be great. If I go up here, I get chlorine instead. You know, maybe I should put a little... I should put a little lock in here. Just to make sure. Things are going to get really messy otherwise. Still might, actually. There's no CO2 down here. This lock's not going to work very well. Dig up that fern and place it up higher. Do I have an empty spot for it up here? Oh, I do, too. Alright, so if they dig that out... Oh, we can copy this. Copy settings. There we go. I kind of want to swap these out for our irrigation tiles now. Maybe we'll build a pump and stuff down here. We still only have the one treadmill for our power, so I don't know. I've kind of been delaying because I've been reluctant to... Oh, there we go. I didn't even have the irrigation tile unlocked. All right, let's do that first. Until we build power production, I've been a little bit reluctant to put too many things in that are going to need it. By the way, sour gas comes from boiling petroleum. It does, yeah, but that's what's so weird about it. There's no petroleum in here. It's just sour gas. There's not even a source for petroleum, so I don't know how it would have ended up in there in order to be heated up to the point it could turn into sour gas. I don't know. It's a little weird. But that's okay. I like weird. Can we reach this thing? Yeah, we can. No, we can't. That's too high. We'll dig right up through here. This will let me get all of this. We can dig that out. Dig all this out while we're at it. Use material color, industrial tag, calculated average for geysers. Okay. Oh, in terms of the mods, yeah. Mining salt, there's tax for that. That's battling. Oh, there's sulfur over here. That's the first time I've seen sulfur in the game. I think. That's cool. I didn't realize that biome had sulfur in it. I wonder what we can do with sulfur in this game. Okay, did we dig up any of those? No, we didn't. Give me those salt plant seeds. Oh, there's one right there. Now we have one. Plant, copy, stick that over there. Oh, excuse me. Is sulfur useful now? I really have no idea. Burn your tubes to death. You can't really burn them. I mean, you can scald them, I guess. But I don't want to do that. Sulfur equals solid flatulence. Sour gas is a high thermal capacity with a huge temp range. Yeah. How much does it sulfur? Oh, the puns. Yeah, I heard that stuff's pretty valuable. How much does it sulfur? Why are you sitting in there? Of all the places you could have chosen to sit, you sat in the little CO2 pocket up there, and then you left your food behind. And you're sharing it with a friend. That's really gross. Alright, I think they're getting desperate. They probably want places to sleep. Maybe I should give them some. Let's plan to build some bedrooms in here. Oh, 0 kilocalories. I'm gonna need farming. But I can't because it's too hot. Actually, before I build bedrooms here, I'm going to see what the temperature is of the air that we start getting out of this. Because when I was experimenting with it before, the air was pretty cold. So that might have changed, but if it hasn't, I kind of want to know. Acquiring minds want to know. Plug these in for now, just off of the one. Well, let's wait till I get the supplies for it, I guess. Oop, what's going on there? Cancel that. Give me some wire. Okay, I need to fill in the walls down here. Mash tail for your airflow tile? What's this now? Eat the oxiferns. Think I have any more skills yet? No, it takes a while to build those up. Yeah, I already spent it. No can do. Improve construction. Oh, where's our digger? Raise dragon. Yeah, it's going to take a while to get that third point. We do have increased research, though. That's good. Crop farming, tending. Yeah, we'll go that way. Why not? Oh, I probably should have gone critter. If I was smart, I would have gone critter ranching because that's not temperature dependent. Scott the Lady with a super chat. Dupe life insurance. Rust oxidizers put out 50 Celsius now. Enjoy. Oh, did they really? It was cold before. It was like 20 degrees or something. I mean, it's still dropping liquid chlorine, which should be cooler, but really, that's such a pain in the butt. All right, we'll plug those in. Let's get some airflow going in here finally. No, not that. I need to build a ladder down here so we can actually dig this stuff out. Okay, good. There's plants in the way. Why wouldn't there be? Insufficient oxygen generation. Do you think? You think? That's brilliant. Oh, look, even this the CO2 is not even making its way down there. I need airflow tiles. In the bathroom, we'll put a couple in here. Put some in here. We gotta get that CO2 to make its way down bottom. That should help a little bit. What is the printing pod light doing to the dupes? It makes them happier. I mean, they like light. It gives them a morale boost. Open the door on the ladder and let the oxygen flow in. Yeah. Yeah, there's a fair amount down there. 1,400 kilograms of it. Got a good pocket of rust and stuff down here now. Okay, up here we want to store convenient stuff. We're doing things. Where should I kind of want to... Well, I guess the salt and stuff can be stored in here. It's actually not that far away from that. Later on, it would be nice to replace this with some automation so we can actually fill this thing just off automation and save the duplicants the time running around. The light is the new jobs board. Oh, yeah, this? Yeah. So the gate is the jobs board now. So we can do skills in here. We can get a colony summary in here now where you can see some of the broader achievements that they've added to the game to try to focus on. You've got like some charts down here that show things like your travel times and work times and what have you. This is ultimately going to be an animated little clip that shows your colony progression. Right now it's just a still image, so it doesn't really do a lot, but it's going to be like a little time-lapse kind of thing, which would be kind of cool. So many neat things in this update. You have a large area down your ladder with pips and tons of oxalate. Maybe pop into that. Well, I'm not in a huge rush to get the air because they still have breathable air in here. We also have air trapped over here. I've kind of been conserving it, so like not cutting it loose until I need to. As soon as I open this up, this oxalate will start to off gas, and then it'll degrade and go away. So I'm kind of like the idea I can keep it sealed. There's like 4 kilograms of oxygen in this space. It's insane. No. Speaking of the gate, we got another duplicant. We don't have food. What do you think of the omelets? 8,400 kilograms. Or kilocalories, rather. They're gonna eat like kings. Go gobble those omelets up. They're like, we've been eating mush bars this entire time. And someone sent us omelets. Waiting rust. Alright, critter eggs, miscellaneous, sulfur. No, we don't want that. Organics. They still haven't brought rust up here. I wonder if it's going to be too long of a trip up that ladder. Because when they decide to go back the other way, they just drop whatever they're carrying. No, they can get out of there. That's good. Lucky, but good. We don't have fire poles unlocked, so I can't make those. Where are the fire poles in here? There they are. Fine renovate. I can't remember whether the fire pole requires refined metal or not. Hopefully not. We'll grab that. Finally, some good food. Yeah. Give me those omelets. You have plastic now if you destroy the bed. Will it let you destroy the bed? Yeah, I could choose to destroy it. Let's see whether they'll actually do it or not. Yep, they're on the way in there. I know you guys have been enjoying the bed, but tough luck. It's gone. Where'd the plastic go? There's no plastic. I just have a broken bed. I got nothing. Yeah. Well, I broke their fancy place to sleep, and I got no plastic out of it. I'm like their worst enemy right now. Oh, boy. Why leave a gap in the right ladder? There was something in the way there. I don't know. I didn't do that intentionally. Oh, good. These are running. These are producing air. Ba-ba-ba. Look at all that oxygen up there now. It's going to take a little while for it to filter downward, but I want to clean this out here so we have wide open spaces. And then we'll do the same over on this side. We destroy the ladder afterwards. Okay, and this little plant here does not have fertilization because I didn't create this the way I meant to. I need to deconstruct the tiles on here so they can fertilize it with sand, which I don't have. I forgot to gather sand first. Tiny little bit of sand out there. A little bit of sand there. I need to find a decent-sized pocket of sand. Goes, oh, there we go. Can I dig all the way up to that? Survey says. Jackpot. Alright, go get that sand. We need that, or my plants can't grow. I guess I will leave this ladder intact, since they're going to need to climb down it to feed the thing. Actually, can they reach that? That's more than 2 tiles over. I'm going to have to move the ladder over one. And then we'll deconstruct that ladder. I think I got igneous rock from the bed. Did I? That's so bad. Check the heat of the rust oxidizers. Boom. Yep, it's definitely warm. Oh, it's such a pain in the butt. Oh. It was so cool before. It was like 20 degrees. Which I guess was a little bit broken. But that's a problem. That means in order to use these effectively in your colony, you pretty much have to trap the airflow and then cool it. Which makes them so much less efficient, especially early game. Well, that's a thing. If I don't get that sand soon, I'm gonna disable these for the moment. Where is it? Disable building. Turn those off for a minute because I don't want all that chlorine filtering out on me. Salt shakers are annoying to use, are they? Okay. Alaric Bennett. See ya. Who's got skill points? Somebody. BDS Empire does. Proof construction. Alright, well, I hate that I built those now, because the temperatures are awful. Man, you know, I spent all this... Here's the thing, too. Like, these produce 490 something, or 500 and something? 570 grams per second of oxygen. Our oxygen pump only moves 500 grams per second. So for every one of these, you need a pump now. And then you're going to have to pump it through some sort of a medium to cool it before you can disperse it to your colony. Otherwise, we're going to constantly be heating up the colony. Which means that I'm actually going to have to enclose this, which makes delivering resources to it more of a problem. Like, everything gets more challenging. Huh. That's not awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Pump cold fluid through your oxygen outlet. There is no outlet right now. Like, these things are just here. I mean, I could create like a radiator system up here that's just cold, so the air that comes out passes the radiator and cools off. But we'll need to create a system that has a cold enough medium to do that still. Can't just lock Weezewarts in a room anymore. No, because they need to be supplied with resources now too. So like, there's a variety of things that used to be like set it and forget it. We're gonna have to pay a little bit more attention to now, and that's not gonna be super convenient. That's kind of a doozy, actually. A giant running kick in the pants. All right. Well, as long as we're gonna be, we can't build a farm up here because it's too hot. We might as well build them a bedroom. Give our duplicants a place they can sleep. Do I have thermal insulation researched yet? Ugh, again with the zooming. No, I don't. I'm gonna focus on that. I have them working on something else, but we'll get them focused on thermal stuff. We'll make the bedroom can't even talk now. Make the bedroom 3 high again. Seal all this in. Dig all this out. Alright, derpy door. Cancel. I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this thing, because now I need a system that can be supplied with resources without the mechatronics system, or like the solid transport system, to be able to deliver it. I got a little surge of oxygen out of it, and then I just had to shut it down. That sucks. It was enough to start mealwood farming? No, the trouble is the temperature's too high. Oh, in this map you made a big farm, dropped ice using temp shift plates. Oh, okay. So you hauled some ice from somewhere else and dropped it in an area to create a cold spot, and then used the temp shift plates to shift the temperature around. Found any cold biomes? We did find like a couple cold spots, but no cold biomes. Oh, it's a little hot down there. There's lava in the middle of that, or magma. Cold Dashevine. Nope, no cold biomes in here. Just these cold things. I don't know what they are. They're probably, if it's cold slush, I can use it, but I just can't dig into it. So I don't know what it is yet. Furniture. Get some cots in here. You can put a wall in there. Starvation. The game the whole family can play. Not having a farm is really going to be painful here. We're running out of food. I'm going to have to stop taking duplicants for a bit. We're only at 7, but if I bring in many more without a means to feed them, it's going to be a bit of a problem. If Steam still works as a heat deletion device, well, yeah. So they made a patch today that changes systems. So now the machines that would take in things at one temperature and release them at a fixed temperature no longer releases at a fixed temperature anymore. So, for example, liquids that go through the sieve, they would come out at 40 degrees Celsius regardless of the temperature. So you could pump in like 90-degree water, get 40-degree water out the other side. Now, it sets the minimum at 40, and if it's over 40, it comes out at whatever temperature it goes in. So if you put it in at 20, it comes out at 40. If you put it in at 65, it comes out at 65, which is going to make killing off heat much more of a challenge. Hey, Werewolf Guy Plays. How's it going? Does Jagger have another skill point to spend? No, he doesn't yet. Granite cots? I wasn't even paying attention to what I made him out of, but... Oh, good! We trapped somebody. That never happens. How about you dig your way out of there, please? At least they have air. Oh, and he can still build. That's good. Excellent work. We should have some... Yeah, we can do decorations here. We'll put our artist to work. Except in our priorities, I'm going to want to turn off art for everybody except our artists. So we have Durgan working on that. Everybody else needs to be off. I should just set this for disallowed for everybody. And then, can I change it for Durgan specifically? Yeah. There we go. That's what I want. I only want Durgan making the statues. Saves do not delete heat anymore. Yeah, nothing does. Anything that had a fixed temperature output now no longer does. So I don't know about the steam generator. Whether I don't recall whether it had a fixed temperature output or whether it just lowered the temperature by virtue of processing it. Yeah, but there's a few things that were like that. Unfortunately, it's kind of it's gonna make like a whole system of like trying to define things differently now. We could do ranching, but I don't have a rancher right now, so that's not really that important. Maybe we'll do refined renovations. R.I.P. Weezwarts, yeah. I think we all knew heat deletion was going to go away eventually. Yeah, it was a safe bet. There's a few things like that were clear exploits based on the mechanics of the game. So it's not really that surprising. It just does, you know, nobody was looking forward to it, I don't think. I can't even get the CO2 down on my plants here. Oh, I should probably create some pockets here for the CO2 to go down. That might help our gas flow a little bit better up here. Oh, my miner just leveled? Score. Skills survey says... No, he didn't. Still no points. Durgan leveled up, though. We can put her on fancier art. Get a little bit better decor out of it. Hello, it's me, Dane. It's been a while. Hey, Dane. Love the delivery system stream with Nate. Reminded me of Human Fall Flat. On an unrelated note, will you ever play Getting Over It Again? No, I will not play Getting Over It Again with Bennett Foddy. That game is the spawn of Satan. Yeah, but totally reliable delivery service was a lot of fun. The beta ended just past Sunday, I think. Or is it this coming Sunday? I can't remember. Might be this coming Sunday. Super fun game. It is really derpy. Very much like Human Fall Flat, except it's a different company producing the game. Very similar style, though, to like Human Fall Flat or Gang Beasts or whatever. I was hoping for more food, to be honest. Cooking, farming, building, suit wearing, building, decorating. Well, we could do maybe with another cook. Narcoleptic. Squeamish won't do decorating. Oh, won't do doctoring, rather. Food morale bonus. Iron Gut, Loud Sleeper. Nobody's flatulent, so that's good. I think I'll go with cooking and farming. This could be Rolfin Mage. And that will be the last duplicate we take for a little while, I think. I'm not going to turn the gate off because we can still get supplies in there. We'll just take supplies for a little bit. Because, frankly, we have no food. Oxygen's kind of sketchy. Everybody's alive so far, but it's kind of like skin of their teeth sort of thing. I might have to start using the liquid tepodizer. To be honest with you, I've never really bothered using it before. There were so many other ways to cool things down. Will blossoms grow at 30 degrees? If we check here... I don't think so. Yeah, they're good from 5 to 30. And it's like 32, so it's a little bit warm. Fungal spores technically could grow, but we don't have any of those. The nosh beans need cold temperatures. They only grow down to 0. Waterweed seed would be great. Except that it takes salt water and bleach stone now in order to grow it. Gives a good amount of calories, but we're a little ways away from being able to get that yet. I'd have to find the salt sea up there somewhere. Yeah, aqua tuners use a ton of power. Not good for comfort cooling. Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. So, it's one of those things where, yeah, it uses an absolute crazy amount of power, but we're starting to get to that point where we have limited options. We can't just use things that kill off heat for us anymore. At least not as effectively. I mean, we still have utilities. I could throw icy fans in here. Requirement duplicant operation. I thought they changed anything so they consumed like water or something. Uses ice to dissipate a small amount of the heat. Typically work an icy fan to temporarily cool a small area. So I don't know if this actually requires ice. It probably does. But even that temporary cooling is just not going to cut it. We need a permanent solution. Let's see. Fossil fuels, amplifiers, advanced power regulation. I should grab that. All right, well, our colony's plugging on nicely. It's a little after 12:30 my time. I apologize for all the bugs and stuff we had earlier with the game crash again. We had to start a brand new colony all over again. But we did get a chance to check out a different asteroid. I think when we come back next time, we'll continue playing with this colony because it's set up a little bit nicer, I think, than the one we were doing before. There's also some geysers and stuff nearby that we could utilize and try and get a little bit better there. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Hope you'll come back and check out another stream. Tomorrow night, I think I'm going to be playing some Hollow Knight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturday night, I'm leaning towards playing some more They Are Billions and tackling another part of the campaign there. And then we'll flow into the start of next week with more Oxygen Not Included and stuff next week as well. I'll probably play it a couple times next week because I'm still having fun getting used to all the cool stuff that's here in the new update. Thank you again, everyone, for the super chats tonight and for your company this evening while we played. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.